Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here once again with another video on The Flash Season 9. So The Flash is back to filming for its ninth and final season. We know that. Well, hopefully you know that. And while we haven't got a ridiculous amount of information or news about it either, from just the Warner Brothers and CW and their press releases and stuff like that, or even some massive reveals from set, mainly due to the fact that we're still a few months away from it airing on our screens and they just did start filming. We did get some first look set photos from the ninth and final season last week, which not only let us know that we are jumping straight into the action at the start of the season, but also did give us a first look at a new character that is heading our way and also heading Barry Allen's way for some mischief. Now, this new character is that of a new Captain Boomerang, the first version, of course, appearing in the first Flash/Arrow crossover during season 1 of The Flash, though the character appeared in the Arrow episode of that crossover, funnily enough, despite being a Flash villain. So the character never really showed up again on Flash because for some reason I guess they thought it was associated with Arrow, but then again it wasn't the greatest interpretation of Captain Boomerang at the same time. So I guess we didn't really lose the fact that he didn't show up again. The L was probably that it just wasn't that accurate to begin with. Now at the time we weren't sure whether this new one that's on the Flash set, over the past week or so, we weren't sure whether this was like a rebooted version of the Digger Harkness character, who was the version we saw in that first crossover that wasn't the best adaptation, or if this was the Owen Mercer version of Captain Boomerang, who was the son of Digger Harkness in the comics, or if it was just some completely random character that's having or holding the mantle of Captain Boomerang now. We weren't too sure based off the set photos. And, well, that was confirmed the other day when Warner Brothers and the CW confirmed certain details about the character and their impact on this final season of The Flash, so we will go over that information as well as where certain things could lead due to what is said in that official confirmation. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts on this, any opinions, theories, all that stuff. Always curious to hear what you guys are thinking. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, want to show your support and all that, why not drop a like on the video to do all that? So Deadline was the site that got like the exclusive confirmation, because technically they didn't get the exclusive reveal because there were set photos like the day or two before. So they didn't get the exclusive that Captain Boomerang is showing up. They just got the exclusive confirmation details. There was drama on social media about that, whether they actually got the exclusive. I'll give them the exclusive because they actually have information that no one else had, or at least no one else was given the right from Warner Brothers or the CW to put out there. So technically, it's still Deadline's exclusive, but this is what they say. A key Arrowverse villain is heading to Central City. Richard Harmon has been tapped to recur, that's an important word, recur, as Owen Mercer, aka Captain Boomerang, in the upcoming 9th season of CW's The Flash. Per the CW's description, a comic book favourite, a new post-crisis Captain Boomerang has recently been released from Iron Heights with a chip on his shoulder, but the twinkle in his eye disguises a dangerous and violent threat to Central City. So my first reaction when I read this was like, okay, it sounds standard. Like, of course, we'll get to the recurring thing in a bit, but obviously they do confirm that it's Owen Mercer, which I guess, I think as I said in my set photo video, rules out my worry of a dodgy Australian accent, because Owen Mercer would have an American one. But the thing that, caught me by surprise was the first thing I noticed really when reading it was the fact that this is a Captain Boomerang that I assume has been out in the field as Captain Boomerang before, then gone to Iron Heights, because it's a new, I guess, post-crisis Captain Boomerang that has recently been released from Iron Heights with a chip on his shoulder, unless it's a guy that, it's Owen Mercer who randomly went to Iron Heights and then just through his time in Iron Heights decided he was going to be Captain Boomerang. He was going to take on that mantle. I'm not too sure exactly which way they're going to go about it, because I don't know if it's going to be one of those ones where he was Captain Boomerang, held that mantle before he went in, and it's just one of those characters that Barry has taken on, or maybe that he doesn't even remember that he took on because it is, like after Crisis, but maybe the events happened before, like the period in which, of the year, it wasn't in like 2020 that he went to prison, it was 2019, but that was after Barry came back, but it's still the post-Crisis timeline, if that makes sense. So it could be one of those timey-wimey things where Barry doesn't remember versing him, though he still was Captain Boomerang in this new timeline. So it'll be interesting to see which way they go about it. And also just the fact of whether he is actually the son of Digger Harkness. That's what I'm curious about. In the comics, he is the son, Owen Mercer is the son of Digger Harkness. And I was thinking about the time difference, and I was like, well, would the guy that played, Digger Harkness have a child that looks as old as Owen Mercer does in those set photos? But then I thought about Deathstroke, and if you don't know, Slade Wilson or Deathstroke in the Arrowverse went to like the same academy as Digger Harkness or Captain Boomerang, and we saw that Slade had an older son who took on the Deathstroke mantle as well. So it's possible. It's easily possible, and that was like a few years ago. So it's easily possible that Owen Mercer could be Digger Harkness's son. And I don't think they're going to make it a big thing outside of the fact that, oh, you took on my father. My father died because he did die in Arrow season 5. And maybe that's some sort of like reason he wants to take on the mantle now. I'm not too sure. It'll be interesting to see. And I reckon if they do that, it'll be like a quick mention. That's about it. He might not even mention it. It might be like, Chester or even Barry himself that says, oh, it's the son of Digger Harkness. And that's really about it. That's why he's Captain Boomerang now. And that might be all they really talk about it. Now, of course, as I did say, recurring. The character is tapped to recur. So what does recur mean? Well, it means more than one episode at the very least, so multiple episodes. Now, when I saw that, I was like, that's interesting. Because I think I might have talked about that in the set photo video. I was wondering if it was just like a villain just to kick off the season like they sometimes do, or if it was a part of an actual storyline. So it makes you wonder, which a lot of people are wondering now that we got this new Captain Boomerang there, are they setting up a rogues team? The rogues are really a villain, like, because they are collectively, they're just one villain that they haven't done on the show. And it's one of the most famous things to do. It would be a rogues team up against the Flash. It's just that it is not the easiest thing to do, to get right and everything like that. It's just easier to focus on one, maybe two villains in a story arc rather than 5 or 6 or however many it is. Even if they do only 4, it's still a bit difficult. But if they do this, we could just get a bunch of like post-crisis rogues, or it could be a mix. So it could be like new versions of characters that weren't really, that weren't that memorable to fans. So they can do a new post-crisis Captain Boomerang and be really comic booky with it and make them enjoyable to be around and have some fun with it. But then they could bring back like, Heatwave if they wanted to. But then again, Legends sort of made the character a hero, so that might be difficult. I don't know, like they could just set up a new rogues the way that they want to. And it'd be interesting to see if they did do that, just because, whether like they make everyone new or it is like a bit of a mixed match with new and old. Just because like Legends, for example, made Captain Cold and Heatwave, who are pretty two big parts of the rogues, they made them into heroes. So it might be difficult to make them villainous again, unless there's like people that take on those mantles now. So there's like a new Heatwave and a new Captain Cold and stuff like that. And of course, Mirror Master died, the other one. So, and I don't know if the even McCulloch version would randomly come back. So they're low on rogues members that they could just bring back that have already appeared on the show. So it might have to be like completely new iterations of them, or no rogues at all. So it'll be interesting to see which road they go down. But if you do have any ideas as to like what other rogues could show up, whether it's old or new, let me know in the comments, because off the top of my head, I'm struggling to really think. Like, obviously, Brain Straight goes straight to like Captain Cold and Heatwave, but as I said, Legends made them good. Can't really do Mirror Master because one's dead and one's sort of, I guess, good as well. So I don't know. Let me know who you think they could bring. Who you think they could bring in. Now, one of the big questions that a lot of people have been asking in the comments section when we talk about the villain stuff of the season is how many graphic novels. Are we going to get one big one for the final 13 episodes? And based off the set photos, I guess if it's like a rogue thing, go from episode 1 to episode 13, or are they going to split them into 2, maybe even 3? I could easily see 2. I'm predicting 2. I think we'll get a story arc that goes for like the opening 5, 6, maybe 7 episodes, and then another story arc to finish off the season and the show as a whole. I don't see 3, but you never know. They could do 4 episodes, 4 episodes, 4 episodes, and then have a series finale, or the series finale is part of one of them, and then there's like a random episode somewhere else that then adds up to 3 graphic novels of 4 episodes and then 1 random episode, or maybe one of the graphic novels has 5. That could happen easily. You got to remember last season, the final graphic novel with like the negative Reverse Flash and the negative Forces, that was 4 episodes, I'm pretty sure. The Deathstorm one, if you really exclude like the weird Black Flame stuff, like the 2 Black Flame episodes before you actually get to see Deathstorm, I think that's 4 episodes. And Armageddon was only 5 episodes. And you could argue that story only needed to be 4. Really, the episode 5 really had nothing to do with what Armageddon was. So, I mean, it's very, very possible, and there's evidence in the past that you can make a graphic novel only 3, maybe 4 episodes, or at the most 5. So maybe we do get 3 graphic novels. I mean, you will get no filler episodes though, which is a plus. I think 13 episodes and only 2 graphic novels might open the door to a filler episode, which actually gets me worried because you don't want a filler episode in a final season that only has 13 episodes to begin with. So yeah, maybe 3 is possible now that I think of it. So yeah, we'll wait and see, I guess. Maybe we might get an interview with Eric Wallace in the near future that sort of confirms how many graphic novels they're going for. But I'd say 2 is the safe number, but 3 makes sense now that you think about it. Now, one other question that to finish off the video that people have been asking, just because I think they're curious, because we're in a bit of a weird situation with The Flash, and that's a trailer. So this is the Flash is probably going to premiere in late January, maybe very early February. And the only other time that's happened was the COVID season of season 7, which is season 7. Now, the thing with that is that we had DC Fandom in like August or September of the previous year where we got a trailer because the opening episodes of season 7 were the final 3 episodes of season 6. So they had footage to show us of the next season before they even officially started filming the next season, because they never got to show that episode or episodes in season 6. So we're probably going to get the latest trailer that's ever come out, like the first trailer for a season, for its final season. We're probably going to get it, I'd say, in December, maybe January. But I wouldn't expect it earlier than that. It wouldn't surprise me too much if it dropped in December on like the week of maybe like the mid-season finales, or the sometimes finales for some shows that are airing at the moment or just about to start airing in like the next week or two. Like maybe like when Stargirl's finale's airing, they might chuck out a trailer for both Flash and Superman Lois, and even like Gotham Knights, those shows that are coming out in late January or early February. Just because it might be the last chance to air a trailer like that on TV while there's actually new shows or new episodes airing. But yeah, definitely don't expect it over the next definitely don't expect it like in October or November. Maybe they could in November, but I'd be very, very surprised if they did. I'd expect December at the earliest, and maybe early January, like the first week of January at the latest. But yeah, don't expect it anytime soon. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show your support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions on everything we went over. Anything you want to let me know down there, let me know. And if you have any ideas for like rogues characters that could show up, let me know, because yeah, it's slim pickings, it's slim pickings. But if you have any ideas, let me know. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.